Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. It's Nikki here, and today we have a journal to create. If you have been following my channel for any length of time, you will know that last year I participated in an Australian crafting swap where we had to make a set amount of ephemera and then send it off to our assigned partner. We ended up with an amazing journal full of all sorts of beautiful things, and we're doing that project again this year. So I need to make myself a journal to work in. So I just thought, look, let's do something different. I'll make a soft cover journal. Pardon me. So I grabbed 2 fabric scraps. I dunked them in coffee. I also used a Woolworths paper grocery bag, of which I cut 2 strips to the same size, glued them together, and then sewed my 2 pieces of fabric and put it all together. But the trouble is this fabric is quite stiff, so it's not really the soft journal that I had in my head. But anyway, it's what I've got and I'm going to use it. This year I want to go for an ocean theme, and I was thinking a bit vintage, nautical style, and this card was sort of the inspiration I have started with. Was going to put it on the cover, but I have changed my mind, of which is something that, I changed it 20,000 times before I actually started to do this. So this is a scrap of alcohol ink on vellum. It has a bit of a water vibe because it's lots of lovely blues. So I thought this might make an interesting base for my decoration. So we need to attach this. I may still run the sewing machine over this, but you will see as we progress through this piece of vellum will not move by the time I've added other bits to it. So even though gluing can make vellum warp, I thought if I just put it down as little stripes, whatever you want to call it, just to hold the edges down, even if it gets a bit crinkly, it doesn't matter. And see that little pink top there? That is to hold knitting on a knitting needle. And they make the best stoppers for these little glue bottles that we love using. I got them off AliExpress. Very happy with that. It's done a great job. It's so much better than horrible pins and things like that, especially because I'm struggling to find stainless steel ones that actually don't rust, and I'm on my second last plastic one. But anyway, sorry, I have sidetracked there. Just gluing this down. Now I need to just put this aside for a few minutes to dry, but I will show you what the next plan is. This is a piece of black mesh that was a 500-gram lemon bag when it started life and came into my hands, and I've put metallic blue paint all over it to give it a shimmery look and of course to make it look more worthwhile. I'm going to sew this down, and that's of course how my vellum will end up staying in place. Now the other thing I have here is a selection of pearls and beads. Some of these were rescued from a broken bracelet. Some of them were just in my craft stash. And my goal is to just dot a few down and hand sew this piece of mesh down, because I feel if I try and glue it, it's not going to stick well. So instead of making you watch me go through this dilemma, as you can see, it is done. I used a very fine bead needle and I used invisible thread, but unfortunately I didn't get to use too many of my pretty pearls because even this really fine needle was just way too thick to get through. So they didn't get used, so I just had to use what I had in my stash. So the next thing we have sitting to the left here is some gorgeous pieces from a Stamperia collection that I recently acquired, and I am going to pop some of those down. We're going to just be very generous with the glue because this, honestly, this Tiger Glue is amazing. It glues down everything and anything. So we're just going to put a nice generous dollop on. This one here is just, I think, just explains the theory perfectly of what I'm trying to do here. I'm going for a nautical look, and my love of the ocean is well known by anybody who's been following me for a while. I definitely think I should have been born a mermaid, because that's where I am happiest. So surprise, surprise, we are going to add a mermaid onto this cover. Again, just generously applying glue. And because I've sewn the mesh down, as long as these pieces adhere well to the mesh, they will be safe and they will stay there. And I don't have to worry about everything accidentally peeling off. That's why I went through the very painful motions of sewing that mesh down. I have a few very fine, very sore pinpricks on my fingers from doing that, but I think it was worthwhile. Then I have this cute anchor. Now you will, I don't know if you've seen this collection, but it does have a bit of a steampunk influence, which a lot of Stamperia things do. So I may play with that a little further as we progress along, but we shall see. And then, of course, how can we have an ocean-themed journal without some of the local critters that you find there, like shells and starfishes? Now, I haven't decided if I have finished decorating this cover yet. I also haven't decided what sort of closure I want to make. I have a few options going through my head. I have some steampunk, you know, those metal ring things, you know, cogs. I've got some of those. I might also use a shell. I think I'll wait until it's all together first before I worry about a closure. But for now, I'm going to leave this video where it is. The next episode will be all about what I'm using and how I'm going to add my inserts. Hope you enjoyed this. The next part will be out shortly. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. Bye for now.